What if the key to a fulfilling life lies in how we perceive and react to the world around us? Philosophy, the love of wisdom, has offered us myriad paths to understanding this complex question. From the sun-drenched piazzas of ancient Greece, profound schools of thought emerged, each offering a unique perspective on life and its myriad challenges. Three of these philosophical schools, Stoicism, Epicureanism, and the Cynics, stand out, each with their distinct views and notable figures. Stoicism advocates for tranquility and the acceptance of things we cannot change. Epicureanism, on the other hand, champions the pursuit of pleasure and happiness. Meanwhile, the Cynics question societal norms and values, encouraging us to live in accordance with nature. These philosophical schools, though different, coexisted, competed, and influenced each other, creating a rich tapestry of thought that continues to inspire us today. Join us as we delve into the realms of ancient wisdom and explore these three fascinating philosophical schools. Imagine a philosophy that encourages us to accept life as it is, and to control our responses to it. Welcome to Stoicism. Stoicism, originating from ancient Greece, is about living in accordance with nature and accepting what we cannot control. It's a philosophy of reason, preaching self-discipline and moral virtue as the path to achieving a tranquil and fulfilling life. Stoics believe that we cannot control or depend on external events. Instead, they advocate for the mastery of our own minds and emotions. Imagine a stormy sea with waves crashing all around. A Stoic would tell you not to try to calm the sea, but rather, learn how to navigate your ship amidst the tempest. It's about understanding that the only thing we truly have control over is our own thoughts and actions. So instead of worrying about what we can't control, like the weather or the actions of others, Stoics focus on what they can control, their own reactions and responses. Now let's talk about some notable figures in Stoicism. Seneca, a Roman Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." He taught that many of our troubles stem not from the events themselves but from our perception of them. Then there's Epictetus, a Greek Stoic philosopher, who was born a slave and later gained his freedom. He emphasized the importance of accepting the things we cannot change, and changing the things we can. His teachings were later adopted by many, including the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius, often referred to as the Philosopher King, left behind a series of personal writings, now known as meditations. His insights into Stoicism continue to be widely read and respected today. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a practical guide to life. It encourages us to focus on our internal world, to cultivate virtue, and to accept the external world as it is, not as we wish it to be. In a world full of chaos, Stoicism offers a sense of calm and control. What if the ultimate goal of life was to seek pleasure and avoid pain? This is the core belief of Epicureanism. As we delve into the realm of Epicureanism, we find a philosophy that is often misconstrued, yet holds a profound perspective on human existence. Epicureanism, named after its founder Epicurus, invites us to consider pleasure as the highest good. But let's not leap to hasty conclusions. Epicurus didn't advocate for a life of wild hedonism. Instead, he proposed a nuanced understanding of pleasure. To Epicurus, the most desirable pleasures were those of the mind, intellectual pursuits, tranquility, and the avoidance of fear and pain. Epicurus believed that fear and pain were the root of all human suffering. He argued that by understanding the natural world and our place within it, we could rid ourselves of these afflictions. He championed the pursuit of knowledge, believing that it could liberate us from unnecessary fears and anxieties. Epicureanism places great emphasis on the value of friendship, viewing it as one of life's greatest pleasures. Epicurus himself lived in a communal garden with his followers, sharing meals and engaging in philosophical debates. This communal lifestyle was a testament to his belief in the profound joy and comfort that companionship can provide. But Epicureanism doesn't just advocate for the pursuit of pleasure. It also underscores the importance of avoiding pain. Epicurus proposed that understanding the limits of our desires could help us avoid the pain of unfulfilled longing. He encouraged moderation, arguing that a life of excess often leads to more pain than pleasure. The philosophy of Epicureanism is a call to introspection. It compels us to examine our desires, our fears, and our understanding of pleasure. It's not just about indulging in pleasurable experiences, but also about understanding what constitutes true, lasting pleasure. Epicureanism challenges us to question what true pleasure is and how we can achieve it. It's a philosophy that, despite being thousands of years old, still has profound relevance in our quest for a fulfilling and meaningful life. Picture a school of thought that rejects conventional desires for wealth, power, and fame. This is the philosophy of the Cynics. They were the philosophical rebels of ancient Greece, challenging the status quo and provoking thought by living lives of voluntary hardship. They believed that virtue was the only true good and that it was sufficient for happiness. A notable figure within this school is Diogenes of Sinope, a man known for his audacious antics and disregard for societal norms. He lived in a barrel, owned nothing but a cloak, a staff, and a bowl, and constantly challenged the values of Athenian society. His life was a living testament to the core beliefs of the Cynics. The Cynics placed a high value on freedom, independence, and self-sufficiency, rejecting the materialistic pursuits that often dominate our lives. Through their radical philosophy, the Cynics invite us to question our desires and the societal norms that shape them. So, we have navigated through the realms of Stoicism, Epicureanism, and the Cynics. We've seen how Stoicism encourages us to accept life as it comes, to find tranquility and reason, and to distinguish what's in our control from what's not. Epicureanism, on the other hand, taught us that pleasure is the highest good, but not the fleeting, sensual pleasure. Instead, it championed the long-term pleasure derived from simplicity, knowledge, friendship, and virtuous living. Lastly, the Cynics, with their radical rejection of societal norms and values, showed us a different path altogether, inviting us to question everything we take for granted. These ancient philosophical schools, though distinct in their teachings, share a common goal: to guide us towards a better, more meaningful life. They remind us that philosophy is not just about lofty debates and abstract concepts. It's a practical guide, a roadmap to navigate the complexities of existence. As we conclude, remember, philosophy is not just about understanding the world but also about learning how to live.